Hey guys, with this video I'm going to go into some more details about the mobility and goals and goats assessment that I'm offering now. Up to this point I've spent most of my time hiding out in Lisa's office, developing how I'm going to do this, and also testing it on Lisa. But now I'm going to be out in the action a lot more, implementing it. And so to make sure everyone knows how important mobility is, I figured I'd start by sharing what Ben Bergeron calls are the five big tools for that are important for reaching your potential in CrossFit. Ben Bergeron's a coach for many CrossFit Games competitors, and so he's one of the best coaches in the game. And what he says are the five tools are strength, conditioning, skills, and mobility, and the mental game. And the programming and coaching here at the gym takes care of helping you improve all those aspects, but there's important differences between them that's important to know. And so to speak on the first four in general, often strength and conditioning do need to be they do not need to be very individualized. So that's why it's effective that all the members of the gym do the same main strength piece and the same WOD. But on the other hand, for skills and mobility, they often do need to be more individualized. And because CrossFitters, accessory training needs vary a lot when it comes to skilled movements like double unders and handstand push-ups and pull-ups, as well as for mobility work. When you're trying to plan on which positions you should be working on, and that you're going to dedicate your time to getting better at. But it's quite an overwhelming task for a gym owner to specifically program individually for all the athletes for their specific needs for their skills and mobility. So I figured that's where I can come in with my internship and try to do that for as many members here as I can. And so the reason that having good all-around mobility is so important for CrossFit is because it helps you move efficiently. And so that ultimately means you can lift heavier weights, you can complete the WODs faster, and you can recover easier from your training sessions. And as an example of how having poor mobility can hurt you is, for example, when you can't get your arms completely straight over your head without leaning back with your back. Because then whenever a workout comes up for the WOD that has anything overhead, then you're either going to only be able to complete partial reps, or you're going to need to get into a compromised position to get there to finish those reps. And that's just a recipe for failing reps and doing extra work than you have to, and in the worst case, getting injured. And so for getting your mobility assessed, that's crucial so that you can be more efficient and effective with your time by identifying exactly what positions you're restricted in. So then you can give most of your mobility work time just to working on those positions specifically, because your weakest position is the one you should be focusing on the most. And without getting your mobility assessed, there's a really good chance that you may be working too regularly on things that don't need a lot of work, and not working enough on things that do need work. And a general full body approach to mobility is great, but that's only the exact right prescription for someone, either if they have no restrictions or if all their mobility restrictions are equal. And there's still a chance that this could be you. And if it is, then I can firmly identify that for you. But for most people, you'll have somewhere in between roughly about 1 to 4 main restrictions that you just need to hone in on and make the most out of your mobility time. And from these restrictions, if any, that I see in the assessment, I'll make a specific prescription for you of stretches or mobilizations that you've probably done or seen a lot around the gym, except now the idea will be for you to regularly attack that restriction and eliminate it. And the assessment I'll do will look at all of the end range positions in CrossFit that you need to be able to get into to be able to move safely and efficiently. And for example, the bottom squat position as well as the overhead position. And in conjunction with this mobility assessment will be the goals and goats assessment. Goats are also known as weaknesses in CrossFit. And so with the assessment, I'll try to get the whole picture of you as a CrossFit athlete, asking you your strengths, goats, goals, and taking your mobility into account to see how everything is potentially related. And from there, I can then offer an approach for you to reach those goals or eliminate those weaknesses faster, which could involve me making minor individual adjustments to the gym's programming for you. And this component will mostly focus on the skilled movements in CrossFit, like handstand push-ups, pistols, and pull-ups, for example. But it can also be tailored for goals and goats relating to strength and conditioning. All right, that's it for now, guys, and thanks a lot for listening.